You set your alarm, you went to bed early, you got your 8 hours, maybe even 9, and yet you woke up this morning feeling like you had not slept at all. Heavy eyes, slow brain, reaching for tea or coffee before you have even said good morning to anyone in the house. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone, and more importantly, you are not lazy. Something specific is happening inside your body every night, and it has nothing to do with how many hours you spent in bed. Today, on Dakika, Afya, we are breaking down the real difference between sleep quantity and sleep quality, why millions of people are getting enough hours but still waking up exhausted, and 3 practical things you can do starting tonight to actually feel rested tomorrow morning. For a long time, the conversation around sleep was simple. 8 hours. That was the number. Doctors said it, parents said it, every health article said it. And 8 hours is genuinely a solid general guideline the World Health Organization and major sleep research institutions consistently recommend 7 to 9 hours for most adults. But here is what that guideline does not tell you. 8 hours of poor quality sleep is not the same as 8 hours of genuinely restorative sleep. Your body does not just need time unconscious. It needs to move through specific sleep stages, light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep, in the right proportions, cycling through them multiple times across the night. If something is interrupting those cycles, it does not matter how long you were in bed. You will wake up feeling drained, foggy, and unrested. And the frustrating part is that most people have no idea what is interrupting their cycles. They just know they are tired, and they assume they need more hours, when what they actually need is better quality within the hours they already have. Let us start with what is actually supposed to happen when you sleep, because understanding this changes how you think about the whole problem. Sleep is not one long, flat state of unconsciousness. It is a series of cycles, each lasting roughly 90 minutes, and within each cycle, your brain moves through different stages. The first stage is light sleep. Your body is just beginning to slow down, easily disrupted by noise or movement. The second stage is where your brain starts consolidating the day's memories, and your core body temperature drops in preparation for deeper rest. Then comes deep sleep. This is the most physically restorative stage of the entire cycle. During deep sleep, your body repairs muscle tissue, strengthens your immune system, regulates key hormones, and releases growth hormones that support cell recovery. This is the stage that makes you feel physically refreshed in the morning. If you are not reaching it, or not staying in it long enough, no amount of extra time in bed will fix how you feel when you wake up. Finally, there is REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, where most of your dreaming happens. REM sleep is critical for emotional regulation, memory consolidation, creativity, and mental clarity. People who are REM deprived often feel emotionally reactive, mentally foggy, and unable to concentrate even after what seemed like a full night of sleep. A healthy night of sleep moves through this full cycle 4 to 6 times. Interrupt the cycle repeatedly through noise, phone notifications, stress, alcohol, or inconsistent sleep timing, and you shortchange the most valuable stages without even realizing it. So, what is actually breaking your sleep cycles? Because this is where most Kenyans need to look honestly at their evenings. The biggest disruptor for most people right now is screen exposure before bed. Your phone, your laptop, your television, all of these emit blue light, which directly suppresses melatonin production in your brain. Melatonin is the hormone that signals to your body that it is time to sleep. When you are scrolling through your phone at 10 or 11 at night, your brain is receiving a light signal that is almost identical to daylight. It genuinely does not know it is supposed to be winding down. You may feel tired, but your brain's sleep systems are being actively delayed. The result is that even when you do fall asleep, you enter the sleep cycle later and with less melatonin supporting the process, which shortens your deep sleep and REM windows. The second major disruptor is inconsistent sleep timing. Your body runs on a circadian rhythm, an internal biological clock that regulates when you feel sleepy and when you feel alert. This clock is set primarily by consistency. When you sleep at 11 on weekdays and 2 in the morning on weekends, you are constantly resetting that clock, which is the biological equivalent of flying to a different time zone every Friday night. Your body never fully adjusts, and your sleep quality suffers all week as a result. Third, stress and unresolved mental load. Lying in bed mentally, running through tomorrow's problems, financial pressures, relationship tensions. This keeps your nervous system in an alert state that is fundamentally incompatible with the deep sleep stages your body needs. Cortisol, your primary stress hormone, is supposed to be at its lowest point at night. Chronic stress keeps it elevated, directly suppressing deep sleep. And fourth, caffeine timing. Most Kenyans start the day with strong tea or coffee, which is fine. But caffeine has a half-life of roughly 5 to 6 hours, meaning if you drink tea at 4 in the afternoon, half of that caffeine is still active in your system at 9 or 10 at night. It may not keep you from falling asleep, but it measurably reduces the amount of deep sleep you get. Now that we understand what is going wrong, here is what genuinely good sleep requires, and none of it is complicated. Consistency is the single most powerful sleep intervention available. Going to bed at roughly the same time every night and waking at the same time every morning, including weekends, stabilizes your circadian rhythm faster than almost anything else. Within 2 weeks of consistent sleep timing, most people notice a meaningful improvement in how they feel upon waking, without changing anything else. Your sleep environment matters more than most people give it credit for. Your bedroom should be as dark as possible. Even small amounts of light from phone chargers or streetlights can disrupt melatonin production. It should be cool. Your core body temperature needs to drop slightly to enter deep sleep, and a hot room works against that process. And it should be associated with sleep, not with scrolling, eating, or working. When your brain links your bed to wakefulness activities, it stops treating the bedroom as a sleep signal. A wind-down buffer of 30 to 60 minutes before bed makes a significant difference. This does not have to be elaborate. Simply putting your phone face down, dimming lights, and doing something low stimulation like light reading, stretching, or quiet conversation gives your nervous system time to shift out of alert mode and begin the transition into sleep. Beyond feeling tired, how do you know your sleep quality is actually suffering? A few reliable signals. You wake up at the same time every night, often between 2 and 4 in the morning. This frequently indicates stress-related cortisol spikes that pull you out of deep sleep at its most vulnerable window. You feel more tired immediately after waking than you did when you went to bed, a sign you woke mid-cycle rather than at the natural end of one. You rely on an alarm to wake up every single morning. A well-slept body naturally begins to lighten sleep as the final cycle completes. And you need caffeine to function before 10 in the morning every day. Occasional reliance is normal, but daily dependency suggests your sleep is not doing the restoration work it should be. 3 things to start tonight. 1. Set a consistent bedtime and wake time, and hold to it for 2 weeks. Pick a time that gives you 7 to 8 hours, and commit to it, including the weekend. This alone will produce noticeable change faster than any supplement or sleep gadget. 2. Put your phone away 30 minutes before that bedtime. Face down, in another room if possible. This is the highest leverage single habit change for most people whose sleep quality is poor. The discomfort of the first few nights is real, and the improvement by the end of the first week is also real. 3. Cut your last cup of tea or coffee off at 2 in the afternoon. If you are sensitive to caffeine, even earlier. This one change alone measurably improves deep sleep for most people within days. 8 hours is not enough if those 8 hours are fragmented, shallow, and constantly interrupted. Sleep is not just time offline, it is active biological restoration, and the quality of that restoration determines how you think, how you feel, how your body heals, and how well you manage everything else in your life. Start with one thing from today's video, just one: consistent bedtime, phone away, or cutting caffeine earlier. Pick the one that feels most doable and try it for 7 days. Then come back and tell me in the comments whether it made a difference. Subscribe to Dakika ya Afya for a new health video every week, research-based, straightforward, and made specifically for Kenyans. Stay well. See you next time.